To everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. That despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere, people will wait in line to see.
Rachel Zegler has officially hit rock bottom. In a move that shocked even Hollywood insiders, Disney is quietly pulling Snow White from shelves and screens across the country as if it never even existed. Billions lost, empty theaters everywhere, and now Disney is reportedly scrapping future woke reboots altogether. But the real meltdown? It's Rachel. After months of backlash and brutal box office numbers, she's collapsing under the pressure, breaking down on live streams, ranting in interviews, and facing the harsh reality that her career might never recover. What went so wrong, and why is Disney acting like Snow White never happened? Let's dive right into the video. Theater owners, who were contractually obligated to show Snow White on a set number of screens, began rebelling. They reported shockingly low attendance even on weekends and begged Disney to let them pull the plug early. In many cases, they didn't wait. They swapped it out for literally anything else they could play, and then, one moment broke the internet. A fan posted a short clip from inside a Snow White showing. The camera pans across the theater and it's empty. Not just a small crowd. Empty. You could count the attendees on one hand. The vibe feels more like a cancelled school assembly than a Disney blockbuster.
Okie dokie. I am walking into Snow White, 2 p.m., now seating. Let's see how empty it is. I hope, it's off the woke we go. I hope. Sound like I hear a couple of people. One, two. Okay. 2.
Overseas, the situation got even worse. Lebanon didn't just cut showtimes, it banned Snow White entirely, blocking all distribution. Meanwhile, the embarrassment grew at home. Lilo and Stitch was on track to outgrow Snow White's entire US run in its first weekend alone. Even the merch flopped, with dolls and shirts still sitting untouched on shelves months later. The center of the collapse is Rachel Zegler, now blamed for backstage tension, cancelled projects, and the chaos surrounding Disney's live-action plans. As the movie fell apart publicly, leaks from behind the scenes only made things worse. Even Gal Gadot subtly distanced herself, calling the backlash a corporate misalignment, which fans took as, "This wasn't my fault."
Gal delivered the following: the most important thing when you are working on a film is teamwork, and when you have characters like the Evil Queen and Snow White, you expect teamwork to play a role in the creative process when you are trying to put something special together. We didn't really have teamwork, and there were many setbacks that we had to deal with during this entire process, and I just found that to be very exhausting.
And then came the moment that lit the internet on fire. When asked if she'd talk more about her experience with Rachel, Gal simply said, "I'll talk about that when I feel comfortable." One sentence, 10,000 rumors.
Further, I think those that follow me will be satisfied when I am more comfortable to share more details on the specifics, but for now it's something I feel is not the right time to jump into.
Fans immediately took that as confirmation that things on set were chaotic and that Gal had stayed quiet only out of professionalism. But now, even she's hinting that the truth is far messier than anyone realized. Meanwhile, Rachel's other co-star, Andrew Burnap, didn't even show up to the premiere. No press, no promotion, nothing. And here's where it gets wild. According to reports, Rachel herself had already suggested his scenes might be cut. She literally said, all of Andrew's scenes could get cut, during a press event, and they basically were.
One of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Imagine pouring months into a Disney movie, only for your lead co-star to publicly hint you might not even make the final cut. No wonder Andrew Burnap skipped the red carpet. The energy behind the scenes wasn't just tense, it was toxic. Then Disney made its boldest move yet. Tangled, their next big live-action adaptation, was quietly cancelled. No trailer, no teaser, no announcement, just gone. While Disney hasn't officially blamed Snow White, the connection is obvious. Rachel Zegler had been the top choice for Rapunzel, but after the Snow White disaster, Disney clearly didn't want to risk another high-profile flop. It wasn't just about recasting, it was a strategic decision. The damage was real, actors walked away, projects were cancelled, directors dodged responsibility, and Rachel remained at the center of it all. Her confidence pre-release claiming audiences would line up and that her version would modernize a classic crumbled fast. When Backlash hit, Rachel posted an emotional Instagram clip, holding back tears. Fans turned on her, the internet dragged her press interviews, and her bold, pre-release energy quickly became damage control. By the time Snow White hit theaters, she found herself sitting in one of the emptiest screenings of her career, and it was all caught on camera.
To everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Then came the theater moment. Rachel arrived at a screening of her own movie, flowers in hand, smiling, posting as if it were a celebration. But the camera told the truth, the theater was nearly empty. Just a handful of scattered viewers. No buzz. No energy. Only her and a few silent rows. What was meant to be a flex became a meme. Fans joked about Snow White and the 7 empty seats and compared the flowers Rachel brought to a funeral. The numbers told the real story. Snow White didn't even crack $100 million in the US, suffered one of the lowest IMDb scores for a modern Disney release, and was panned by both critics and fans. Rachel went from being celebrated for challenging tradition to being blamed for ruining it, the final blow. The live-action Minecraft movie, released weeks later, crushed it at the box office with fun, low-drama entertainment, no politics, no controversy, just blocks, zombies, and Jack Black. Suddenly, Disney's expensive princess reboot looked like a parody of itself, Hollywood noticed. Reports surfaced that Rachel might be passed over for future roles, and Disney appeared reluctant to back her in upcoming reboots. The rising star now faces the biggest question of her career: can she bounce back, or did Snow White close the chapter before it even began? And while Rachel scrambled to recover, another animated roast loomed, this time from The Simpsons and Family Guy.